Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to yet another Lumiere stream. We are going to be doing more underground, yeah, so on and so forth. We've been doing that for the past 50 streams, so nothing new and exciting here. But for all of you that are here, I want to welcome you. Great to have you among the stream, the Red Clan. I am secretly your mother. Great to see you. Adam Wood, Wizard Sir Avery, Arsk, Lord Cuthbert, Swifttane, Mir2 CZ. Great to see you. Some kind of fruitcake. Verbal Empire, you don't say. Conman, Django, and I think that's it for now. Sergeant Magnitude, oh, what's up? Great to see you all. We are going to have a great little stream here today. Should be fairly long. We're going to do a quick little walkthrough before we get started. Come up with a game plan, I think. And then we'll get started from there. But let me go ahead and turn off these slides right quick, so you guys can partake in the viewages that I am viewing currently. As you can tell, last stream we worked on this hallway right here, which leads up into the crypt up here to an Elven Lord. Which is no longer an Elven Lord, of course, but some human now lays here. Hey, Adam Wood. How you doing? And Mortar, great to see you. But yeah, we will be doing a long stream here today, this afternoon, and getting a good bit done. My plan for this stream, as long as we do not go too far, as long as we don't go like way over what I'm planning, we will be finishing this whole corridor surrounding the inner sanctum, and we also will be finishing all of this up here. Basically, pretty much all of this. So as you're walking down, this will all be finished. We're gonna leave the main crevasse for a following stream at some point. Hey there, Pirate Lord, what's going on? But yeah, this here is, yeah, Adrian von Ziegler is fantastic there, Mir2. Yes, Dukan still count as a YouTuber. But yeah, this is, yeah, I actually don't. I'm more of a streamer now. I'd say a Minecraft streamer. That's exactly what I am. I don't really have time for YouTubes as much anymore. But I still do upload stuff on YouTube, if that counts. But yeah, a following stream, I'm thinking next weekend we will finish up the texturing of the walls of this crevasse here. I think that would be a good plan. But like I said, this stream we're going to finish all of this, and I believe and hope that we are going to be able to at least get a good way done with this feast hall or whatever else we plan to go there. I'm not completely set that this is going to be a feast hall yet. If somebody comes up with a better idea, I am down for ideas, but I am currently just planning on doing a feast hall back there. As long as, yeah. World builder, lord maker. Alright, so I believe we should go ahead and get started. So I'm going to go ahead and go right to where we need to be, which is right here. I'm going to turn on the shaders that we're going to be using while building, which is CUDA. I find it to be a much more appropriate building shader, as it allows for you guys to see very well, not having to squint to see the screen, which we want to avoid. So we'll go ahead and turn on recording real quick. Get on that world and begin. Right. So the original plan was to add in a bunch of, I guess, coves along the walls to represent places where people have been buried. I still like that idea, but I think I'm going to set it back one like this. Oh man. Did I ever tell you guys are great? Oh yeah, and I also decided I wanted to change this wall material. What are we gonna change the wall material to? because we have the pink quartzite up on the ceiling, I believe that the walls should be different, and I am thinking there's a possibility that we might use this dirty sandstone, or maybe the dark sandstone is what I meant. Yeah, that, and then there's also the purpley looking stone, wherever that is. Oh, that's it. That is, I already had it in my hand. Replace 4, and let's turn fast off real fast. So if we do this, what would we think? And then we can go ahead and do maybe a ring of that along the bottom ridge. And if we did this all the way around, would you guys be for or against that? I just believe that having the pink quartzite pretty much everywhere kind of detracts, in my opinion. No, diorite is more of a human material there, Conman. I'm trying to avoid that in here. Because it is human. But the problem is that pokes through, which technically I suppose we could go ahead and make into this. I don't think it'll make too big of a difference on the inside. Let's go C. Yeah, I can... No, I don't know. It just doesn't seem as refined as it should look, so maybe it would be better just to maintain that as pink quartzite. Because if we change that, the inside of the crypt isn't going to look as good. You're a great, majestic-looking block when used properly. Yes. What about something on the bottom, then something on top? So you're saying maybe we could use pink quartzite, like, or maybe we could just do this. Let's try this as pink quartzite here and see what we can come up with. The problem is the ceiling is still the pink quartzite, which is still something I'm trying to avoid here. I'm up for suggestions, so if anybody has suggestions and palette ideas, don't be afraid to speak your mind. Here we go. What is my time now? It is currently... 1 second. It is currently 2 o'clock for me. What about the seashell block? Could you maybe mix up the areas that you work in? You're always just underground. I would, however, I am recording for an episode, and I'm trying to maintain a bit of order in the episode. So we're just going to be underground. Like I have said before, some of you guys don't enjoy the whole underground aspect. I apologize for that, but this is what we are going to be doing because that is what needs to be done. What about the seashell block? If I am thinking of what you are thinking, I don't know if that's going to work. I usually prefer that to be underwater, an underwater material. There we go. Go ahead and place that all the way along the bottom border. And we can do that on the other side as well, without really worrying about it. Hey, Sir Cayman, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. I just had a terrible thought. Imagine if World Edit had never been created. Building would take so much time. Well, honestly, I really haven't used all that much World Edit. Actually, that is an important block to keep that as pink. Oh, this is a problem. Maybe the inner walls should be pink quartzite, and then the outer walls should be the other blocks that I am suggesting. Because I just don't see any way for me to change the inner texturing, but the outer texturing, there really isn't a problem. There's no, I mean, besides that right there, which we can easily work around using trapdoors, which I'm not too worried about. So we can go ahead and do that. But yeah, my idea, let's just see what this will look like. Maybe we could use something different for, I still want to figure out something different for this wall here. Because right now, I don't like it being just pink quartzite. We need to figure this out. Now, it doesn't need... It can be something of a similar material, like maybe orange sandstone, maybe gray roof tiles. What? That is not a roof tile. Looking forward to survival. Yeah, me too. That'll be, of course, post Lumiere, so we have quite a bit of time ahead of us before we actually get into that, but all in good time. That's how everything is, all in good time. It might be a long wait period, but hopefully in the end it'll be worth it. The plaster blocks are really cool. You're saying using the pink quartzite? The only issue I had is with the ceiling. Maybe if I change the ceiling to another material, which I really don't want to because it's kind of like a standardized elven, like I've been using it as a kind of standardized material. I kind of like that. It's just the inner bit that I still have an issue with. I don't know what to do. You know what? I do have an idea. Let's just try this real fast. See what we can do. So if we did this, what would you guys say to doing something like that? That is the wrong material, isn't it? So we'll do that. And then we need that block right there. I think that will work, actually. Again, another issue we have is it kind of looks weird as just having like a facade there. Tachyon, thank you for that follow. Welcome to the Red Clan. How about the same green roof that you used in the middle? I kind of want to keep the green roof as kind of like an epic style thing. I feel like if we did it around here, it would kind of lose its independence and being like something really neat and interesting and different. Because that is kind of the purpose of having it down there, or in that tomb, is to make it seem just that much more neat looking. You like what I've done with the floors? Well, I'm going to be breaking it up some more. Going to add some rubble along it and just give it a little bit more shabam here eventually. But right now I'm just trying to sort out some materials to try to get this actually looking somewhat alright. Hey there, Neon Skittle. Great to see you. And Piglin, what's going on? By the way, welcome there, Tweety Clan. Am I missing anybody? When will the survival release? I don't really have an answer for that. I don't know. I haven't really been a very... I haven't really been keeping up to date with Conquest Reforged, like the team and their plans and everything. I've been just kind of doing my own thing, and I don't plan on really changing that, to be honest. I'm not trying to say that as being I guess I don't mean that in a mean way, is what I'm trying to say. I'm just don't really have that much energy to keep up with things anymore. I just want to do things when I want to do them, you know? Glad to be back after missing some live streams. Well, it's great to have you back, my man. I hope that stick around and enjoy. Pink Ranger, how you doing? How many times did you spend on the map? I don't know. I don't really have a true estimate yet. I'm sure it's been quite a bit of time. Let's see what we can do here. Alright, we already have a torch there, so we can go ahead and do that, I suppose. Alright. World Tour. I suppose I could do that eventually. I'm doing a replay right now, so I'm going to finish that first before I start showcasing things. So I'm not sure when that will be. Probably within about an hour or so, maybe an hour and a half, depending on when I feel like we have a pretty good segment of replay, and then we'll go from there. All right. Alright, so I think what we'll do is go ahead and border along the bottom of this as well and see what we can do. There we go. You're Dutch. Nice. So what's everybody up to today? Anyone do anything interesting? This is a laborious process, placing blocks like this, but it is a necessary one, so that we do not miss a detail. There we go. That looks better. Alright, so now that we have the plain walls, now we need to go back through and actually add in our details and such to make this actually look somewhat okay. I think, I suppose that's not going to work. We don't have the blocks that I require. There we go, that's what we want. So if we do this, would that be okay? And then we can go ahead and put this like so. And that maintains the, oh, maybe we could do this actually. Yeah, that's actually, no, a little too thick, I would say. Little too much. Had to spend a lot of time binge watching YouTube to catch up on my username. It's why just call me BD or whatever. Buddha Devil. Okay. Happy day to you, Duke. Still working on the catacombs, or are we moving up? No, we're not moving upwards for a while yet, so do not get your hopes up. This is going to be us for a good while longer. Alright, this is what I need actually, and I need that block. Okay, I think that is better. However, we still need to get that sorted out as well. There we go. And then behind there, we can use that block, I guess. So these are just little burial sites. Nothing too fancy schmancy. Alright. He enslaves us in our eye health. Well, I don't know what else I can do. I gotta do what I gotta do, you know? Alright, now I was also thinking we could maybe do this as well. Since it is a corner, it's not technically necessary to... So that way we can maximize the space of, or the number of burial sites along this corridor without... yeah, so let's see here. Put you there, fill you up, and do that. There we go. Where did you get this sticker from earlier? Oh. Oh, that one. Okay. I am thinking I might lower the floor by 1 block. The reason being is so that we can utilize this space a little bit more effectively. So what I'm saying is we lower this by 1 block all the way around. So we do basically the same flooring. That way, the crypts on the side of the wall, they will, we can keep them relatively symmetrical in terms of how they are built into the wall. Because what we could do here, so we'll lower that 1 down, put you there, and then we could take that block and put that around like so. And another thing we could do, we could use this, I suppose. It might be a little too much, actually. And have clothes just hanging out randomly. Yeah, that's too much. I believe each crypt needs to have its own, like, just something unique about it. I don't know how. Languages. Also, one thing I want to make sure you guys are aware of is keep chat clean and non-something or another. Non-controversial. Just as a warning, guys. Just be nice, be friendly. That's all I ask. This stream here, I do it so that we can escape all that stuff and just be together in a place where we can pretend that doesn't all exist. So let's all be nice. Alright, so put you there and you there. You there. Beautiful. So that makes this one taller. And we can put you there and you there. And you there. So if we keep this, yeah, it also kind of gives us a better vibe in here. We're trying to maintain a taller sort of space. And typically, if you're trying to make a grand tomb, I usually think of a larger, more awing space. And tall ceilings typically have a way of doing that, just making things a lot more interesting. Alright. So one thing, I'm not really happy with how these are gonna turn out. I don't think that this is going to work for us. So I want to try to figure out a different way of doing this. But how? How? Maybe what no, we can't do that because it's going to be conflicting with this wall over here. It might work, actually. If we continue it like that and it's not just isolated, it might work. But the thing is the walls, that's another problem I'm finding, is it doesn't seem to really work because the wall texturing just seems to not support this. Maybe I need to use different types of arches, a different texture, something that complements this color a little bit more effectively. Am I missing something? We're talking about Dutch. Okay, so we're talking about Dutch. Is that's the conversation currently? Right. Let's go ahead and keep doing this. I never really took the time to learn another language. All I know is a few little words in Spanish, and that is about it. Latin-she would be very romantic. Germanic. I suppose this conversation is not directed towards the Dugan. Also, another thing that we could do to maintain some level of roundness is something like this, maybe? So that it looks like the wall is curving around or something like that. Let's use that block and go like this real fast. Put you right there. So we have round at the bottom, but we don't have rounded at the top, which kind of is a problem. Blah, 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 blah. I don't know. Where people have been laid to rest, they kind of look like ovens. Yes, they do. So I am thinking, what is a better way to make these look a little bit more, let's say, tombish? There is a way, actually. There is a way to do this. It's just going to be somewhat laborious process to fit it in all as I should. We could do this. Take you guys and do that. Ooh, that's going to be a problem there as well. Well, technically, maybe not. If we do that, that, and that, it might work. That way we can take out all of that, and so we can make like little coffins on the inside of these chambers where the bodies of the dead would be put to rest. Just need to figure out like what block would resemble a coffin that would work in this place. Let's try this. Nope, don't have anything there. Hello there, Drakenmutter. Good friend of mine can speak and write King Elvish. Never heard of Elvish before. Heard of Elvish. But I suppose that would be a little odd to be able to fluently speak Elvish. Would it not? Yeah, if we did this, I think that might be an option. Doesn't technically have to have anything on there. So that way it looks a little bit more like a little burial chamber of sorts. Welcome there, little bro. Great to see you. There we go. Let's put that bad boy right there. You there. And let's do this. Polish is the broken... Polish. I keep saying polish. It's not polish, it's Polish. Sure sounds like polish to me if I ever saw polish before. I'm so funny. Alright. Again, we have some discrepancies that we need to sort out. You know, honestly, it's kind of bothering me how we're doing these walls here. I feel like they should be more refined. I feel like at current they're a little too pebbly for this type of architecture because it seems like they would just kind of fall off as a facade. And so maybe it would be within our best interest to try to use a more refined stone, like that pink quartzite, but something different. But we do need a block that has pretty much all of the varieties because we are using a pretty, that's not going to work. I think this blue schist has everything. Yes, this blue schist has everything we need. So let's give this a try. Also, this will be a really great contrasting block. So maybe this will work. It's worth a try at least, so we'll see what happens. Blue schist. Let's see what happens. And we could possibly even do the same thing back behind. It doesn't really add that much contrast though. Like maybe we can even do it here at the bottom as well. Again, it doesn't really work for what we're trying to do here. You there and you there. You there and you there. It might work because what we're gonna do eventually is probably do the same thing to the inner wall. The reason why I'm doing this is because currently it just seems way too, yeah, it just doesn't work for me. Like this doesn't work for me. Umanum, how you doing? Instead of corner blocks. The problem with that would be this kind of is exposed here, Umanum. So I choose the stair block so that we can still utilize that space. I almost feel like the ceiling should even be one higher so that we can use another one of these layers up above, but that's not totally necessary. I think we can still develop this without really going that, or changing that much. So I just want to see what happens, and if this ends up absolutely not working, we will probably end up just changing the whole thing and making it work appropriately. Move it forward 1, perhaps. Move it forward 1. So you're saying do this, I guess that, and then this. I suppose that's a good option, but again, we gotta have that stair block right there. Gatekeeper, how you doing? Welcome to the Red Clan. Yes, and I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. It just, at this point, looks maybe a little bit odd. Even if we did that, it kind of blocks the little cubby hole things. I always enjoy the closed confined strip the next part. Yeah, I don't know. That's not even working for me either. See, I'm almost thinking at this point that we should just go ahead and smooth out the angle and then just have a few crypts here at the bottom, because having all these little holes in the wall just doesn't seem to be working out as good as I had originally hoped. So if we just do this, let's see what would happen if we just went ahead, filled in everything, and then smoothed it out appropriately. Let's just for the sake of testing, let's just try it out. All right, and then next we're gonna do that. Put you there, and you there, and we put you there, and you there. So that way we have a nice smooth wall. That's kind of a problem there. Stick an arch on the other side, perhaps. So another thing, so what I'm thinking, as for the sarcophaguses on the side walls, we could use something like this. Well, not like that. I suppose we can find something else. I think that's a pillar block. No, that kind of works. And stick them out of the wall as... Ooh, that's not good. Why doesn't... Huh, okay, so that's not directional. That is an issue. We can't use that block. There we go. That block works, yeah. I was thinking I was seeing a texture discrepancy directionally, but doing something like that does have its possibilities, or a possibility of working. And once we change this wall over here, I think we'll have a better idea of this actually looking somewhat all right. So let's do that. Let's take some blocks and throw it on the wall here real quick. I know this is a dwarven block, and so for some of you it might seem a little bit odd that I'm mixing dwarven with elven, but I am a very experimental individual, so mixing blocks isn't too big of a deal for me. So another thing I want to try is using this elven stone here on the floor. Let's go back to my replace tool. Throw that in right quick and see what we can come up with. Awesome, Gatekeeper. That is great to hear. I'm glad that you have found some inspiration in what I'm able to do. It means a lot, man. That is if you are, man. I don't know. just assuming about, I remember looking as like 2% of my viewers are female, so at least according to YouTube statistics, the majority of the people that watch are guys. Just doing a wine cave? A wine cave. No, 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 I'm making a crypt currently. A crypt where all of the important people can be cryptified. And maybe what I could do is above... Ooh, I have an idea. Let's use you and you. That gives us a little bit more variety in the wall material. So little runes up above each of the sarcophaguses. That might be an idea. So in terms of color right now, what are we thinking, guys? I believe there's something missing. It might be the floor that's causing the problem right now. I believe that this elven style floor maybe is a little bit too light. And I think what we might do is let's use this as a base block, and then maybe what we'll do is we'll add in an alternative block as well, or a contrast block, and try to make something of a pattern along the floor here. What version of Minecraft you play? Sorry for my bad English. It is, what is the version I play? 1.10.2 currently. If you download the Conquest Reforged mod, everything downloads for you. You don't have to mess with folders or anything. It's its own game, pretty much. So you won't have to really mess. I like that. That's a lot better. But I still want to add in a contrasting color palette. Something a little bit more interesting, an ornate type stone. But yeah, I use Conquest Reforged, the mod, and it just adds just so much. Definitely worth checking out. Yeah, it is if you don't already know about the Conquest Reforged mod. It is absolutely awesomely awesome. So if we did that as contrast, maybe put that there so that we can keep it round almost. So you kind of follow that, and it is kind of like a round path going around. That's not too bad. What about crypts set into the wall standing up? Not a bad idea. I'm not sure though, because we are kind of lacking wall space. Texan Marine, thank you for that follow and welcome to the Red Clan. So you're saying what you guys are suggesting is to do, I don't know, something like this. But the problem with that is we're going to lose the contrast, because that kind of adds contrast using these the sarcophagus technique. But if we stand them up, then we're going to have the issue of contrast. Unless if we use a block that's like completely contrasting. Like, I don't know, this block. Let's give that a try. Let's try that there. Same there, and then same right there. And then we can probably set the rune back one, give us a little bit more. So if is that what you guys are suggesting? If so, we could do that along these walls as well. Have them open. Oh, you're saying have them as like little doors? Like this? That actually, ooh. That is a really great idea. We could make that work, actually. That is a really great idea. I like that. That is, yep. I think we found our thing. Now, we're not going to make each one unique. I'm just going to standardize a design and then just go with that. We do have a problem here, though, is we're right up against that wall. So we're going to have to use those textures See, that's an issue right there. Maybe what we could do is like step downwards a few blocks. So that way we don't conflict with the block choices up there. One more block. I prefer down because we will conflict with this hallway right here if we make them go upwards. So I like this going downwards. I think that works. And just having little tombs in here. Ooh, this is actually really, really nice. I have an idea. Idea. Let's use these pillars. So we're gonna pretty much dramatically change the design. And we'll do stuff like this, and then each one can have 2 sarcophaguses on each side. I think what we should do is go 1 back. So yeah, keep bringing it back 1 more block. So we'll make it go a little bit deeper, put a pillar here, and then we'll open it up just a tad bit. We need some light in here, I suppose. You guys can't see. There we go. Another thing we could do to make this a little bit more open is use these corner blocks instead. Could make this a little bit better. Oh, but no, that's an issue. Oh, maybe not, actually. If we keep just the bottom parts of these pillars blocks, I might be able to make this work. Something like that. Dispensers or droppers or whatever have facings can make excellent crypts. There will be a lot of unused space now near the ceiling, so perhaps a vault ceiling or the hallway. Yeah, that's the plan. I was gonna use this the pink stuff. That's a problem. All right, so this is actually probably going to have to dip down here. So we're gonna have to transfer back into that brick there. Go back out here and grab the materials we need. We're gonna do like this. Can we still walk up? Maybe we actually still can. No, that's an issue. We can't do that. See, this is what I would like to do at this point. But that there causes a little bit of a problemo. You were working on a port city that was almost an island that you said was the connecting to other cities you built. Yes, and that's actually still part of the big lore. The big lore of my, the world, not my world, the world that me and some other people are creating currently. Seabridge is the Empire's connecting point to the land of Arnon, where they prepare the invasion. Okay. You were working on Port City, yes. There will be a lot of unused space. Another thing I want to try to do is maybe we can use this block in here. I don't know. Oh, that's a problem. Maybe we can just use the gray brick as an alternative. So if we just did this in here, what would we think about that? We could add in a little bit more texture and something interesting in here, but I just want to do the floor now. Another thing we could do is make it look like each one has a door. I'm not quite sure how to do that though, because the stairs start so early. But what can we do for a floor pattern inside these crypts? I do not suppose this is going to be what we need. Yeah, that's a little wonky. We're not looking for wonky, we're looking for something that will work. Maybe gray quartzite. It's not terrible. A little bit lighter on the lighter side, but definitely something that we can play around with. Another thing I want to try is use maybe these blocks here. This is just a placeholder block, I think, for now, until I'm sure this is what I want to use. but I'm not sure yet. And then on top of that, I want to put the actual sarcophagus. I think this, yeah, this block right here is what I use as sarcophagus. Now that blends in too much. What should I use for the sarcophagus materials, guys? I am kind of not quite a fan on using more dwarven looking blocks. Seems a bit bland. Cover those trapdoor blocks and make one that is broken on the side so you can see the skull. I was just thinking like these are tables and then the bodies are maybe laid on top. So maybe we could do that, like just lay the bodies in here. You don't really need them in a box. I just used a box because it's a little bit more, it's a little bit easier to represent. Because all we have to represent now is like skulls and bones. And that looks a little bit repetitive. Hoping to see more above ground stuff eventually, or maybe a break from the underground in an upcoming stream. Unfortunately, we're not going to see a break soon. We still have a lot more to do underground, but once I am done, then we will be doing the back corner of the plot. I'm trying to maintain a method to this madness, and by staying underground, we are completing this episode, and that is very important. Complete it episode by episode, and then eventually we will have a completed underground and be able to put it all in one video without any weird discrepancies in the video and such. So something I want to do might be nice. I kind of want to make it like runes up here, but even that, just a little bit of something different. And then we could put like a table here, so at the end of each one of these could be like a little table with something in it. I'm not quite sure how to represent it though. Fire and blood. I'm doing fantastic there, Predator. How you doing? How many more underground streams? A lot, man. I don't have a estimate because there really is a lot more to do down here. No questions about that. Something like that's all right. And then on top we can use, no, too many head blocks. We don't want to have any more head blocks. Maybe we could do something different in each tomb, just like we did above or in the hallway. It's like you come down, then you see this, and you're like, okay, great. So that way we have a little bit of difference between each of the tombs. In fact, we don't even need to go down into the tombs. We could just go ahead and do something like this. Block it up. So that way you can see down into them, but you can't actually go down because it's not really necessary. Like, no one's going to want to go down and see every single tomb, but that's going to be an issue. We'll have to do that, I guess. But yeah, just so you can see down that there's something down there, but there's really no reason to actually go down there. These are humans. They are humans that are utilizing elven tombs. So this used to be an elven crypt, but the humans have desecrated the crypts and have made them suit their own needs. It's all part of a rather complicated lore that I don't really feel like getting into right now. This one, so these tombs need to go down kind of like diagonally. I don't know how to do that. I think a good idea would be Da Vinci's laboratory somewhere, either under or above ground. That's actually the plan, but it's not going to be for inventions. It's for, my plan is that before the humans have taken this over, the elves were researching the crystal that is developing underground here. And yeah, I actually think that's fine. We don't even need to step down in this tomb. It could probably just go straight into a little chamber like that without having too much crazy things going on. So yeah, we could just do that. Push that back. Link for your version of the replay mod. Yeah, after the stream, man, for sure. Remind me, and I will. I'll send you that link. That's a problemo. It is a problemo. Okay, so we can't really do that. We could do this maybe though. Let's actually take that block. Alright, what do we think about this? Huh. I'm not enthused about more crypts and caves, so I'll be back to these streams when they come in above ground. Alrighty, man, I understand. This is not for everybody for sure. But thanks for stopping by, man. We'll see you next time. Alright. I just answered you there, Trilaton. I'll send it to you after the stream. So like I said, you'll have to remind me. Without prior knowledge to, you know. Yeah. I understand. Okay, so in this crypt. See, this is a problem here. I don't know quite how to go about this because we have this crypt down here, and then this kind of pokes through, which is an issue. I don't know, guys. Oh, it's always something. You know what? Actually, I have an idea. Maybe I have an idea. Rafa, thank you for that follow and welcome to the Red Clan. Great to have you. We could use this block like that. No, not like that. Alright, can I actually get this block now? Are you serious? Just give me the block that I want. There we go, finally. We can go ahead and put that there. So this room is going to be very diagonal. Alright, and that is not directly across from the other, so maybe we need to do something like that, maybe? Like this? You can go up in some crypts and down on the others. Yeah, the eventual goal of this is to make it so that it's all explorable. Like it's like all just like this twisty maze of stuff going on. That is my goal with this. And we will eventually achieve that. It's just gonna take us a little bit of time. So like even here, we could break into that cave back behind it. Like keep that door open and then you can actually get into that cave, which leads into the larger chamber. Because I'm not sure if you guys just saw, but there is a cave that's behind there. I just sent you a boop on Discord so you know what that's me for the lore stuff. Alrighty, man. Alright, and let's go ahead and take all that out. Pull that all together. There we go. That is a problem. We still got to figure out where the sarcophaguses are going to go. I suppose that's just going to have to stay like that. Really weird. I don't really have a option for this. Like, I feel like there needs to be a stair block there of this block, but we don't have that. Yes, there is lore there, Skip. Not officially written down yet. I've started it, but I haven't finished it, so it's going to take a little bit more time to get that all sorted out. But yes, there is lore on this. So my idea is maybe that families are, not families, but like, you know, husband and wife and such are buried together. And that's why there's all this, you know, 2 skeletons. It's like we can have one there, and then bones in the middle or something. I don't know. Or maybe what we could do is take this bad boy, do that. And we could do that there. And this right there. So the bodies are laying towards each other. And then in the middle, we could put something, usually just like something different. Each tomb I think is fine. So let's say in this one, we can put an hourglass. Just something random, I guess. You should also throw in several dynastic changes. Fratricides and usurpations and such through the family. Usurpations. Ah, I see what you're saying. There actually is a few things like that already that I've written. Just interesting, weird things that have occurred. I don't like this. I do not like that tomb at all. That design just is not working for me. And I don't know quite how to fix it due to our spatial issues. Anybody have any ideas what to do? How did I first find out? I was, I guess, part of the, the idea process. Like, I was trying to push for people to do this. So, I mean, I've been part of this for a long time, ever since it started. I've always known about it starting. I didn't develop it. It wasn't part of the development process. I'm just the guy that does the tubes. That is all I am. I haven't done any development, so just to make it completely and utterly clear, Dukan did not have any part in developing the mod. Okay, I mean, it's not terrible. It's just weird. Maybe we can do something better with that. But I actually need to go to the bathroom really quick, guys. I am in very much need of using the restroom. So I will be back momentarily. Don't go far, guys. We will return to this very soon. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back, guys. Actually, oh, no. I suppose. Oh, I'm just not happy with this. How can I fix this, though? I really don't know. I don't think there is a way to fix this. Let's just board that up and, yeah, say that's good. The problem is, we're going to have to recreate that, and I don't want to recreate that. And that doesn't look good. We need doors. Like trap doors. That's what I need. That doesn't look good at all. I need ideas. Maybe railings would be a good idea. What do we think about that? I want it kind of centered, but the problem with that would be... Well, of course, we know what the problem with that would be. I am thinking we are in need of a change of plan. But how do we change the plan? Hey there, Skullcracker! This is the Conquest Reforged mod. If you want to check it out, you just go ahead and do this right here. That leads you to the mod download, and you can download it and enjoy it for yourself. This is just getting really complicated, way overcomplicated for what I was hoping to do in here. See, complicated things end up being taking more time, and you guys keep complaining, why is this taking so long? It's because I overcomplicate things, and then it ends up being a very laborious and long process. I guess we could do, no, that's a little too much there. Aviator, how you doing? You have not missed much there, Texan. We are just doing some Cryptin right now. Alright, we'll go ahead and crack-a-lack all this down here. Suppose we can adjust those stairs there. I.e. crying. Yes, yes, yes. That is a great example of overcomplicating things and taking forever. However, this project is on a plot. Crying was on a world. And definitely just... oh, goodness. Well, technically, this is on its own world as well, so you never know. But no, I am... rather adamant to stay within the plot borders and not budge, because that would be very ill-advised, if you know what I mean. I kind of just want to cheat on this and just put like what looks like doors and be done with it instead of actually making each crypt. It's just if I do that, it's going to end up rushing things, and the quality of this build will just diminish from there. And I know you guys are tired of cave streams and would just love to see me do that, but could I live with myself? No, I prefer to not use face cam. I mean, I don't mind doing a little bit here on a video, or you know, here and there on a video, but I prefer not to do it on streams because face cams have a tendency to attract the trolls. Because here, we don't have any trolls. Ever since I stopped using face cam, I have not had any trolls, so I believe that face cam is the answer to having a nice, calm stream, void of idiots that might want to cause a problem. I don't think that's too... I don't think this is a bad idea, doing this. I think that's alright. What's my favorite build that I have done or may have seen? Yeah, that's a tough question. I've seen a lot of great builds in my time here on the Minecrafts. So actually placing a label on what my favorite build is, that is a very, very, very tall order there, my man. I don't know if I can answer that. I am thinking. Honestly, I have to say probably King's Landing on Westeros Craft is one of my absolute favorites. I mean, it's not only because of the size, but because of the quality as well. It's really, you know, they really put in a lot of time to that. Westeros Craft in general is the most incredible to me. Liberty Mom, thank you for that follow. Welcome to the Red Clan. Great to have you. But yeah, I find, yeah, Westeros Craft for sure will have to be my answer to that, because, I mean, Artocraft is getting there, but they're not quite the size of Westeros Craft yet. Also, I just find Westeros Craft to be more closer to what I like because of all the castles and everything. Artocraft is more focused on developing the actual lore of the Rings. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not, you know, I'm not saying there's anything wrong or whatever. I just prefer castles and such. It's just my personal taste. And medieval type cities and things. But yeah, I definitely, yep, Westeros Craft for sure. That's my answer. And my favorite castle on Westeros Craft, I don't know. Tamarale Culperson, thank you for that following. Welcome to the Red Clan. Great to have you. I guess I don't have any blocks set up for that, so I'm gonna have to replace each one. Wait, do you have to go? Yeah, I need to figure out what I'm gonna do with all these tombs in here. I like this idea. I like all the holes in the walls. I just need to do it in a better way. Like this right here, it's not bad. I'm not gonna say it's terrible. I like this. This is fine. I'm good with that. But when it comes to this one, it's just the shape doesn't seem very appropriate for what I intend to have in there. The Mano Mario, thank you for that follow and welcome to the Red Clan. Great to have you. I know, right? That'd be incredible. Without the ovens. I know, right? Just saw your latest video on YouTube. Gotta say, you have great results from your diet. Looking good. Thank you there, Derek. I've been trying to work. I've been really slacking on the working out, though. I've been trying to do more of this. And working out is a time-demanding thing, especially with how much time I gotta spend at work and just all the different things in life that require attention. So I've been trading working out for producing content. We'll see how long this goes. Life is just one of those things. It's a roller coaster, and you just kind of go where it takes you. Imagine Westeros Craft with all the Reforged blocks. I know, right? That'd be great. But I mean, the Westeros Craft team are proud of what they've done, and I would be too. They've really done an outstanding job. They have a completely different, I guess, feel in their pack, and I believe that's what they're really trying to go for, is that feel that their pack is making on their builds and such in their world. And I think that's very impressive of them. Very good thing. I mean, honestly, as a Conquest Reforged user, I would love to see their server and everything on Conquest Reforged, but at the same time, the Westeros Craft pack really does do a great job with what they're trying to do. So I kind of like said the idea as a way to try to maybe convince them, but I remember somebody had approached Westeros Craft saying, "Hey, you want to use Conquest Reforged? You want to join us and such?" And you know, they immediately answered like, "No way, man! Like, what are you even suggesting that for? Are you stupid? Are you stupid or something?" But it is true. You know, they put a lot of work into what they've done, and I would not expect them to throw all of that pack away just to be a part of Conquest. That is the quick hotbar mod. It is, you hold down control and it cycles through all of your different hotbars. So that way you can build a little bit more efficiently, depending on how effective you are with it. I know that I have some issues with it sometimes. It's just hard to manage very well. But it is awesome. Definitely a great addition. Me like it. Alright, well that is looking better. Literally have seen many comments about this. Wait, like, can you guys drop it? Doesn't really matter, does it? Besides, seems kind of... What? How do you manage the multiple heart bars? Haven't watched Lumiere since the YouTube series. What are we making? We are making the crypts underneath Lumiere. These are elven crypts. I guess I can just kind of give you guys a brief little summary of what this all is in here. So the crypts that we are in are part of a, it's like this belief, it's kind of difficult. So there's crystal down here, and the crystal feeds off the cycle of life. And so elves had buried their dead down here as a way to feed that cycle of life so that the crystals would grow, and in turn provide them with this ability. Like, they use the crystals to be able to explore deeper into the layers of magic, which in the lore that we are making is a very complicated thing. So there's a lot of like that going on, but the humans aren't aware of that. They kind of have their theories, but they are more religiously focused, so they believe that the crystal somehow is affecting the afterlife. So they bury their dead down here in a way to please Shorefist, the god of the afterlife, to provide safe passage through the planes of the afterlife. You know, Galatha or something. I don't know, Gold something. But anyways, they bury their dead down here because they believe that it's more favored to be buried in this part of the world where the crystal is. But in fact, it's all just the dragon. Well, it's really not worth explaining because you kind of lose the mystery of it. A lot of people bringing it up and it seems like kind of rude. Yes, sorry. Can you guys drop it? Doesn't really matter. Wait, what's the issue? Oh, the different font thing? Confused. I'll get too kind of okay. Alright, so I still want to do these holes in the walls, but I think I'm gonna make them less like maybe there can just be 2. We don't need 4, I think. Even though 4 would be nice. I don't know, I think I might maintain 4. This is just rough because I have this... Oh, I hate this though. I hate it. This has to go. This has to go. I gotta come up with a better design in here. we gotta come up with something, but I don't know what. See, the only issue we have is that this breaks into the adjacent tomb. And this breaks into the cave, which again is another problem. It's not too big of an issue, but I don't know, guys. What happened to the water being? It is, JKM, the dragon that is in the crystal cavern. Its body is what emits the crystal, and it travels through water. And we have been toying with the idea that maybe the crystal is actually the dragon's life force in an attempt to reincarnate. And it's using life as a way, the cycle of life, to grow and mature. Right, so maybe we can do this, maybe? I'm just kind of throwing it, trying to throw it together. What happened to the water being magic and converting life to crystal over the time? Can you build one going down, which you already have, and the other going up? Okay, so one going up. We might still have an issue with this. Like, it'll come around here. Maybe we can just use, what was that? Yeah, this material here. And let's see if we can do this. So we go ahead and take that out. Let's put you over there. And then put that there. Like that. And just have it square, maybe? Like, we don't really need to add too much shape to it. It's not really that important to shape it up all that much. And then we can go ahead and use this block here. Yeah, this actually might work. I'm hopeful about this. I am definitely liking this more than what we had before. We just got to make it symmetrical. That's the main thing for this this tomb area. Did you intend for Lumiere to turn into more of a fantasy style? Yes, yes. The original lore, actually. If you go back to my first video, I suggested doing a crystal cave underneath, but I didn't really have a fully thought out idea for it yet. But yeah, if you go back to my first episode, you will hear a little bit about my initial lore and the ideas I had. I think it was the first video at least. It was at least within the first 3 videos. I know I suggested it somewhere in there. But yeah, I always did have a plan to go like this direction. Wait, no, this is the block I wanted. Ah, yes, okay. I was wondering why that wasn't matching what I wanted to do. There we go. And then we can go ahead and use this block there, and this block there. Oh, thank you there, Swifting. I love the music too. Isapa, thank you for that following. Welcome to the Red Clan. Great to have you. Maybe we can use this polished granite instead. Maybe this will have a better look to it. Oh, I see. I was using the block anyways. I think I'm going to do it the other way. We'll do it this way instead. That there and that there. That way we have a solid little thing going on there. And then we can put 2 skulls on here. And then something in the middle. I guess we can go ahead and put that. Skull there. Well, I guess just 1 skull in these type of rooms, because I feel like if we go more than that, it's going to start looking a little bit crowded and a little bit odd. So maybe if we just did that and then put some kind of artifact next to it, like maybe just a pile of gold. Not exactly super important to have anything unique in these. I do believe there needs to be something more in here. There are a lot more people on the stream today since you mentioned Twitch in your new vid. I did? How many people are watching? 75. Okay. Wasn't mean to make sure issues. I'll keep my thoughts to myself next time. Oh, wait, and I made a comment about it. Okay, yeah. Well, went through a pretty significant diet process. I will say it was not fun, but it got the job done. I amuse myself. There we go. Now, if we do this, will this work? And then we need something here. I suppose we could use this there and then right there. And we could go ahead and do that there and then put that there. So that way we have a more official way to get in. Take that out. Looks okay. Doesn't have to be anything absolutely fancy, but I think that's all right. A Watum? What do you mean there, Piglin? I'm not quite following. And I think we will just maintain using these right here. Not that though, it's too light. A little weird looking. So if we just did that, I think we'll be all right. I really wish that we had like trapdoors of this so that we could actually stick this out a little bit. In fact, we could possibly just use railings. Like, it's okay to have a little bit of variation, I think. So if we did this, like we did that, and then we did the same thing like that there, all the way around, would that be the worst thing? Or should we try to maintain just using iron bars? There are trapdoors on the iron grate block. Iron grate. This block here. Well, let's see if this will suffice. So the issue with this would be is we don't want trapdoors here though. Yeah, that's not going to work either. Man, it's just such an issue. Why is this an issue? Burn it! Burn it down! I wonder if I can just copy and paste this. Game mode 3. I think I can without really having any major issues here. So game mode 1. I'm just gonna go ahead and grab that material there. I know I'm not grabbing the whole thing. I just want to test right now to see if this will work. And then we want to go all the way up to there. All right. So let's test this. So what do we want? We want copy, rotate 90 degrees. I think 90 goes clockwise. So paste minus, or yeah, paste. Let's just do paste. Alright, so that did not work. Oh, shoot. I have fast on, don't I? Oh, dang it. Why didn't anybody tell me? Oh, this is a huge problem now. Isn't it? we destroy? Yeah, that is a problem. Alright, so we just ruined a good bit of our build here. Let's turn fast off because that is a problem. Oh, okay. Really frustrated at this point of time. Alright. Game mode 1. So this goes back into the annoying cave parts, which I really don't feel like doing right now. And honestly, guys, this might have overstressed me. I think we're gonna probably call it now. All right there, really cool person. Have a great day. Thanks for stopping by. But fast mode is the dumbest thing ever added into any type of... oh my gosh. The dumbest, absolute dumbest thing that could be added into any type of world edit type plugin or mod. It's just absolutely dumb that this is a thing. Like, it should automatically be fast, especially for operations that don't exceed a large number. And it's just, I can't believe that the creators of FAWE have pretty much ruined. Just, this is me, the mad me talking right now. Because I am rather annoyed that I have to put up with this. Because this really screws things up. It really screws things up. Now I gotta go back through this whole thing, rebuild it. As long as... what is this up here anyways? I forget where we are. Oh, this is the path to get up. Okay, so this is all good. Alright, so we just gotta rebuild this area in here now. No, undo doesn't work because, like I said, fast mode is one of those things that renders undo invalid. But it's the only way to actually be able to build in fast mode, because otherwise you wait forever to wait for a block to change. It's just absolutely dumb. Ah, Dukan is angry. I'll go back and fix that some other time. I don't really care. I just don't really feel like doing that right now. Ah. Yeah. Maybe I need a break. I don't know. That just really stressed me out, so I don't know if I really have the creative inspiration right now anymore. Oh gosh. All right. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna call it now. Just really frustrated by what just happened there, and also there's just other things going on with me right now that are really stressing me out. So I don't know. I was hoping a stream would help calm me down, but I don't know. I feel like I'm getting more stressed by stuff like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night, and hopefully be back next week at some point of time. Don't know exactly when, but we will try to get that sorted as soon as possible and get you guys, or get back to streaming when I'm able. But yeah, have a good time, guys. Have some fun, do something fun. Let me see if there's anybody streaming that we can go host. Nope. All right, so see you around, guys. Bye-bye.